Welcome to Anonymous Tarot. I'm your host, Cleo, and I'm delighted to draw the Wheel of Fortune for us today.
The Wheel of Fortune is a card of fate, destiny, and the cyclical nature of life. It's a reminder that everything is interconnected and that our choices have consequences.
The Wheel of Fortune is a card of great symbolism, with the wheel itself representing the cycles of life and death, and the figure at the center, often depicted as a woman, embodying the goddess of fate.
For me, the Wheel of Fortune speaks to the idea of surrendering to the unknown and trusting that the universe has a plan for us. It's a call to let go of our attachment to control and outcome.
As we look at the Wheel of Fortune, we can see that it's also a card of great transformation. It's a reminder that change is inevitable and that we must be willing to adapt and evolve in order to move forward.
I think the Wheel of Fortune can also be seen as a reminder to pay attention to the ebbs and flows of life. Sometimes we are on the upswing and sometimes we are on the downswing. It's about learning to navigate those shifts and finding the balance that allows us to thrive.
The Wheel of Fortune is a symbol rooted in ancient mythologies, particularly in Roman and Greek traditions. It represents the cyclical nature of time, fate, and the interconnectedness of all things.
I love how the Wheel of Fortune is often associated with the goddess Fortuna, who was revered for her power to control the fate of individuals and nations. Her name, which means luck or chance, highlights the arbitrary yet inevitable nature of destiny.
In Norse mythology, the Wheel of Fortune is connected to the god Odin, who is often depicted riding the Wheel of Fate, symbolizing his role as the guide of souls to the afterlife. This association speaks to the idea that even the most powerful beings are subject to the whims of fate.
I think it's fascinating how the Wheel of Fortune can represent both the thrill of transformation and the terror of the unknown. It's a reminder that our lives are constantly shifting, and we must learn to adapt and find meaning in the midst of chaos.
The ancient Greeks also saw the Wheel of Fortune as a symbol of the cycles of nature, where birth, growth, decay, and rebirth are all intertwined. This understanding highlights the interconnectedness of the natural world and our place within it.
For me, the Wheel of Fortune represents the idea that our lives are a series of interconnected threads, waiting to be woven together in unexpected ways. It's a powerful reminder to stay open to the possibilities and uncertainties of life.
In dreams, the Wheel of Fortune often manifests as a spinning top or a wheel turning, yet its face remains obscured. This mystery invites us to explore the unseen forces that shape our lives. What does it reveal about the workings of the unconscious?
For me, the Wheel of Fortune in a dream is a call to surrender to the unknown. It's a reminder that our lives are constantly in flux, and we must learn to navigate the twists and turns with an open heart and mind.
This symbolism resonates with the ancient Greek concept of Moira, the thread of fate that is woven into the fabric of our existence. The Wheel of Fortune suggests that our lives are intertwined with the larger web of destiny.
But what about the sense of chaos and unpredictability that often accompanies the wheel? Can we find a sense of stability or control when the future is shrouded in mystery?
I believe that's where the concept of synchronicity comes in, the idea that the universe is working to align us with our highest potential, even when we can't see the larger pattern. The Wheel of Fortune reminds us to trust in the unfolding of our lives.
And yet, there's also a sense of disconnection from our inner selves when we are caught up in the spin of the wheel. How can we maintain a sense of grounding and awareness when the world around us is in motion?
The Wheel of Fortune speaks to our deep-seated desire for change and transformation. But what does this really mean for the human experience? We're often told that change is inevitable, but what does that mean for our sense of self and our place in the world?
I think the wheel is also reminding us that our lives are not our own, that we are part of a larger cosmic dance. This card can be both exhilarating and terrifying, like being on the edge of a precipice with no safety net.
That's a beautiful way to put it, Billy. The wheel can also be seen as a symbol of the interconnectedness of all things. When we're turned by fate, we're not just affected ourselves, but also those around us.
Exactly, and this is where our personal responsibility comes in. We can't just sit back and wait for the wheel to turn us. We have to take an active role in shaping our own destiny.
I think the wheel also speaks to the idea of cyclical time, where events repeat themselves in a never-ending loop. This can be both comforting and unsettling, as we try to make sense of the patterns and rhythms of our lives.
Yes, and it's in those moments of uncertainty that we are forced to confront our own shadow, to look into the depths of our own psyche and emerge stronger on the other side.
The flip is the most unexpected, the most dramatic turn in the cycle of life. It's the moment when the old structure collapses and the new one begins to take shape. The Wheel of Fortune is a symbol of the universal principle of change and rebirth.
I think of this moment as the moment of release. The old patterns, the old self, it all gets swept away. It's a moment of surrender, of letting go of what's no longer serving us.
In many ancient cultures, this moment was seen as a time of great spiritual opportunity. The old is dying, and the new is being born. It's a time for us to let go of our attachments and trust in the cycle of life.
I'm fascinated by the idea that this moment can be both terrifying and liberating. It's like we are standing at the edge of a cliff, staring into the unknown. But it's also a chance to start anew, to rediscover ourselves.
The Wheel of Fortune is also a reminder that change can be unpredictable and uncontrollable. We can't always see what's coming, but we can trust that the universe has a plan. We just have to be willing to follow.
I think that's what makes this card so powerful. It's not just about the external events, but about the inner work we need to do to prepare ourselves for the flip. It's about surrendering to the unknown and trusting that we'll emerge stronger on the other side.
The Carry is the first card of the Wheel of Fortune, often representing the moment just before a major shift or change. It's as if the cycle is coming to a close, and the current state is being carried away, making way for something new to begin.
I love how this card often shows up when we are feeling a sense of inertia or stagnation. It's like the universe is saying, it's time to let go of what's holding you back and trust that the next chapter is already unfolding beneath you.
In many ancient cultures, the Wheel of Fortune is seen as a symbol of the cycles of life and death, where birth and decay are intertwined. The Carry can represent the transition from one state to another, where the old is released and the new is received.
I think this card also speaks to the power of surrender. When we let go of our attachments to specific outcomes or desires, we create space for the universe to work its magic. It's a reminder that our agency is not always the most powerful force at play.
In some traditions, the Carry is associated with the element of air, which represents intellectual pursuits and communication. This can suggest that the shift we're about to experience is related to our thoughts, ideas, or relationships.
For me, this card often feels like a call to trust in the unknown. We are asked to let go of our need for control and instead allow ourselves to be carried by the currents of life. It's a reminder that sometimes the best way to navigate uncertainty is to simply surrender and trust in the natural flow.
The cards have spoken.
We'll see you at the next draw.